is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lion Collectibles. It's Friday, and so it is normally our fight picks and cards show. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a different show today. So we're going to do fight picks for sure. I know I took a break last weekend. We didn't do any picks for the Andrade Blanfield fight, but I just took a break off. But today we're not going to do the cards portion. I'm going to do some picks because I want to catch up, but we got some new inventory in for Whatnot. We got 2022 Immaculate, really high-end product. So I'm going to rip some of this today and do kind of a product review, and we're just going to combine them. So let's go ahead and hop in. So last fight that we did was UFC 284. What a card. It was an amazing fight card. I'm sure everybody loved it. We didn't do too good. We went 1-2. We did pick up a win with Jack Maddalena over Randy Brown. I thought he looked amazing. But then we lost the two main events. The co-main event, El Pantera, Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. That fight was awesome. Rodriguez looked amazing. Lightning fast kicks. Josh Emmett looked good. I thought he hurt him in the first round. I almost thought he was going to take over the fight at the end of round one. But Yair just showed, lightning fast kicks, very dynamic kicker, and just really creative, right? And Josh really couldn't kind of figure that out. Started getting hurt, and then I believe he got triangled. So that was tough. First fights of the night, Justin Tafa put Prince Albert, Parker Porter to sleep. We saw that coming from a mile away. And then the Jimmy Crew Alonzo Menefield fight was really, really fun. I thought Menefield was going to get the win and start us off. Jimmy Cruz, tough as nails, and that fight was a barn burner. Ended up going to decision. Then we had the main event fight. It's been popular. People are still talking about it. Islam versus Volkanovski. Volkanovski looked amazing. I thought Makhachev looked amazing as well. Some of my friends don't really believe in that. Everybody's kind of talking a little bit of crap on Islam, but I think he won the fight. I scored the fight first 2 rounds to Islam. I thought he definitely won those rounds. I thought round 3 was probably pretty close. I think a lot of people wanting Volkanovski to win probably gave him those rounds, but too close to call, in my opinion, almost a 10-10 or probably an Islam round. Round 4, I don't know how you could give it to anyone other than Islam. Back control. Even if the guy in front is smiling, punching you in the face, or hitting your head that way, I just don't think that counts as a win. I think control definitely goes to Islam. And then obviously the 5th round was Volkanovski's, and had the fight gone longer, had there been more rounds, I think Volkanovski wins. Fight to the death, Volkanovski probably wins. And I thought overall Volkanovski just showed his heart and who he truly is in the fight. I think Islam was a tougher time grappling than he expected. I think Islam probably surprised Volkanovski a little bit with his striking, but overall, awesome display of fighting. Awesome fight that we all get to watch. History, really, really was made. And unfortunately, it wasn't Volk's night, and he didn't get the win, and that's okay. I don't think either of them has stock go down. If anything, Islam is probably hurt by it, right? He was supposed to dominate and win. But overall, would love to see a rematch. Don't know if that's what's going to be in the cards. I think Rodriguez is going to be a tough test for Volkanovski, and that would be an amazing fight to watch. So I don't think, it's not as if Volkanovski doesn't have challengers in his weight class. I think that fight with Yair could end up being a battle, a trilogy, something like that. So who knows? But again, that fight was great. Last weekend, I won't go through too much of the fight card. Fight night, nothing too crazy on there except the main event. Erin Blanchfield looked amazing against Jessica Andrade. Andrade, perennial contender in the division. Probably one of the hardest hitting female punches there is. Came out. I thought she was a little bit reckless. I just felt like she didn't look as crisp as she did against Lauren Murphy. I thought Blanchfield had really, really good pinpoint striking, landed some pretty solid punches on Andrade, everybody knew that she needed to get the fight to the ground, and so once it did, it was no surprise that she was able to choke Andrade out. Exciting thing about Blanchfield, she's a young contender, man, 23 years old, I think. And she's kind of passed two big striking tests in Molly McCann and Jessica Andrade. And so I just think it's really, really exciting to see, another one of these young up-and-coming fighters that's going to be in the division for a while. So cool couple weeks of fighting. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's fights. All right, so this weekend we got UFC Fight Night. It's Kirillov versus Spann. Really nice little fight night. Nothing too crazy, but we do get to see some pretty interesting fights. So in the first fight of the night, it's at welterweight. Mike Malott versus Johan Lainesse. The big story here is Mike Malott. He's a Team Alpha Male product. I believe he's 2-0 or 1-0, but he also won on the Contender Series. Known for having really good striking and a great ground game, as most guys that come from Team Alpha Male do. Johan, he's more of a power striker for the weight class. I think he's alternated wins and losses. I think he's 1-1 in the UFC. So in my mind, this is, UFC is trying to grow Mike Malott here. I don't think there's anywhere where Johan can really beat him. And so this one for me is Mike Malott all day. In the next fight of the night, really cool anticipated fight, the return of Tatiana Suarez versus Montana De La Rosa. Not much to say about Montana De La Rosa, unfortunately. I think I've seen one or two of her fights. Nothing stands out to me. The big story here is Tatiana Suarez. I actually know Tatiana personally. When I was younger, we grew up in the south of California, Southern California. We actually went to the same high school together. And so Tatiana's been an amazing wrestler her whole career, competed with men for a big portion of her career, extremely, extremely tough. And her story is a touching one. She has battled some health issues, which has kept her out, but she's back. So super exciting to see her get back in there. I think she's going to maul this chick, Montana. I just don't see, again, anywhere where Montana is going to give her trouble. I think Tatiana's always wrestling is her toughest side of her, and so I think she's going to work to get this to the ground and dominate there, probably get a finish. Third fight of the night, you got Augusto Sakai versus Dontel Mays. That's a heavyweight fight there. Dontel, both guys coming off a loss. Augusto Sakai, at one point in time, I thought was going to be a contender for a while. He looked pretty good. Heavier, bigger heavyweight, not necessarily a physical specimen, but big. Had some good striking, but he's on a 4-fight losing streak. Starting, I believe, with a loss to Alistair Overeem. And so that chin's getting really tested and not necessarily holding up. So we'll see how it goes. Don't know a ton about Dontel. Dontel's actually the underdog in this, and for some reason I just feel like Sakai can probably weather the storm as long as he doesn't get KO'd and maybe get the win there. But that's a toss-up. Co-main event, really excited to watch this one. Andre Muniz versus Brendan Allen. Two up-and-coming contenders. Brendan Allen's got some pretty good striking and a good ground game. He's typically looking to take the fight to the ground, but I don't think he's going to do that here with Muniz. Muniz is definitely the opposite. I think Muniz has a growing stand-up fight game, and his ground game is amazing. He's got coming off a win over Uriah Hall, and then the snap heard around the world. He snapped and broke Jacare Salaz's arm, which is no small feat, right? Jacare, widely recognized for being an amazing jiu-jitsu grappler. And so, yeah, I'm going to go with Muniz. I think Muniz is the most exciting, one of the more exciting contenders or young contenders right now. I got a couple cool rookie cards of him. And so he's someone that I'm riding. I think he's probably going to get the fight to the ground at some point in time with Allen. I think Allen is talented, but I just don't know if he's talented enough to put Muniz out. And then I think the grappling edge is with Muniz, even though Brendan Allen is typically a better grappler than his opponents. And I think Muniz will probably work and either get a ground and pound or a finish on him. That's where I'm going there. The main event, Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann. This one to me is pretty straightforward. Like, both guys are talented. Ryan Spann has been up and down in my opinion. He's got some good grappling, some striking power. He just knocked out and spoiled the return for Dominic Reyes, which I think is getting him a little bit more hype than he probably deserves. I think overall he hasn't really been consistent, and so he's not somebody that I look at as a huge contender. On the flip side, Nikita Krylov, I'm continually impressed with Krylov. I think his striking is dynamic. I think he knows when to attack and when to be defensive. I think he's got a great gas tank, as he showed against Volkan Ozdemir, which was just threw the kitchen sink at Ozdemir, who is a tough guy and dangerous. Took some punches from him. And I just think Krylov can also grapple. Like, I just think he's got a lot of tools. Anything that Ryan Spann does, I think he can do better. I think there might be a little bit more of a strength advantage on Ryan Spann's side, but I think Krylov is an intelligent guy and has got good fighter IQ. So I think he's going to be just fine. So to our picks, right? We were 20-18 going into UFC 284. We went 1-2, so 21-20. Like, not where we want to be. I'm just gonna pick three fights on this weekend's card. So I'm not gonna take Mike Malott because I like to pick the last two fights of the night. So Mike Malott, we're gonna lean on him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna beat Johan. First fight of the night, we are definitely riding with Tatiana Suarez to beat Montana De La Rosa. Excited to get a win there. We're a lean on Augusto Sakai over Dontel Mays. That one's the biggest toss-up of the night. Then we're going to take Andre Muniz in our second pick of the night to beat Brendan Allen. And then in the main event, we're going with the minor Nikita Krylov to beat Ryan Spann. Hope everybody enjoys those fight cards. Now let's hop in to this awesome piece of inventory. Okay, I am super excited. I feel like my hands are getting sweaty. This is UFC 2022 Immaculate Collection. And these cards, they're amazing. They're very thick, special cards. Now, I got some examples from you because I got a couple cases of this, and we killed a whole case last night on Whatnot. Really, really cool. Here's some cards that we hit. They're all like thicker cards, a lot of memorabilia, a lot of on-card autos, which is kind of unique. Most of the time in all the other sets, the autographs are on a card, on a sticker. These Immaculate, it's just supposed to be the highest quality for the year. So we got stuff like this. This is the biggest hit I've hit so far. This is a Glover Teixeira on-card auto, 5 out of 8. Super, super cool. Also, a lot of the patches will actually be like specific events. So this enclosed fighter-worn material and autograph from Panini. Like, sometimes they'll actually show that they're from an event, which again is another really cool part of it, I think, to make it a little bit more realistic. And I always think of that, like when I see fighter-worn memorabilia on, say, Select or Chronicles, I always wonder, like, man, I wish it said like what event it was from. And so, yeah, these I got a really cool Tito Ortiz. You can see the autograph is actually on the card. There's no sticker there. And then I even pulled this, a number 2 out of 5, so really, really low numbered. A little bit of a bummer. There's a little bit of a scratch up here. And in general, just thicker cards are harder to grade. They just tend to get those little scuffs, but really, really cool stuff. So these are kind of what we are looking for. Just so you guys know, right, this is not a cheap box. These are like MSRP, if you were to go online and buy them, I believe you can get them for $360, $375, maybe a little bit cheaper. On an app like Whatnot, when you're ripping it with a breaker, I mean, people want to charge like $450, right? Like it is a hard product to get, and it's just really nice and kind of that higher end. So not cheap. In this, there's going to be a little box right here, and there is 6 cards. 6 cards in this thing. So, higher value for sure on a per card basis, but, definitely the possibility to not hit very good fighters, not hit, anything really, really low numbered. I mean, they have numbered cards that are like to 99, which are nice on a regular hobby box, but they're not always going to be the highest value. So, really, really hoping we hit something big in here, because it's a pretty penny to go ahead and do it. But you know me, we got to do it. I'm doing it for you guys. It's all for you guys. But I love opening shit, so I'm super excited. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe we pull a 101 out of here. Maybe we pull some kind of a rookie auto. Maybe another Patty. Maybe an Ilya. I would love it. But I'm super excited. This is my personal Immaculate, and I'm glad you guys are here with me. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Come on, baby. Come on. Give me some magic. I love this. This slides out. Just look at this packaging. Like, so nice. That kind of smooth. So you open this up. I mean, the presentation on this, super cool. I'm Immaculate. I keep saying iMac because that's what people call it, but nothing else in here. Just a lot of fluff, but I like it. Make me feel like I'm opening something super, super valuable. Then you kind of flip these over. We're going to open this. And then I got these two little cards, a little trick I've learned to keep the camera from seeing who it is. So we'll put this on there, and then we'll reveal them. So I'm going to put this out like this. We are going to put this on here. We're going to turn this over, and then we're going to turn this over like that. Oh, gosh. So 6 thickies. We got to hope we get something good. So let's do this. I'm going to take this, and we'll take it like this. Okay. Come on, baby. Something big. Something big. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, we know that hair right off the bat. We know that hair right off the bat. She had a tough fight this weekend. But this is Jessica Andrade, 5 out of 5. We will take that all freaking day. That's a bookend of one of the toughest female fighters, one of the toughest fighters, period, in the game. This is the base, so it's not an auto or anything like that, but 5 out of 5 bookend. We'll take it. Hopefully she makes a recovery and challenges for the title one day. Okay, that's a good one right off the bat. Whew. All right, let's grab this next one. Grab the next one. Come on. Come on. Immaculate. Not a rookie. Light heavyweight. Paul Craig. It is a rookie. Paul Craig. This is a patch. This enclosed fighter is from UFC Fight Night, Whitaker vs. Till. So it's from a specific event. So that's kind of cool. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Craig, but he's a rookie. This one's out of 99. So 66 out of 99. I'm sorry, 96 out of 99. Not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Craig. Not a huge fan of Paul Craig. But he's a rookie. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Card number 3. Card number 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. See those hands up there? I think this is just another patch. Welterweight. It's a rookie. Rookie welterweight. So who is that? Sean Brady? Maybe something like that? Sean Brady. Okay, we'll take that. I'll take a Sean Brady patch. 91 out of 99. Obviously, he ran into the buzzsaw that is Bilal, remember the name, but that's okay. He can recover, and he's young. I'll take that. I'd definitely rather have him over Paul Craig, that's for sure. So a decent rookie so far, and then a green. Come on. Come on. Something big, something big, something big. There is a lot of black on this card. So this might be something special, like a... who's that head? Is that DC? Daniel Cormier. All-time greats. I've actually seen this before. So this is an on-card auto. There is no sticker here. So this is what I think is super cool. 24 out of 99, not the lowest print, but he's I believe he's fighting Stipe. But see here, some of these get a little damaged up here. Little bit of whitening here, but overall, you know, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, Daniel Cormier, DC. So we'll take it. One of the heavyweight greats. You can do a lot worse. A lot worse. Okay. 2 cards. 2 cards left. I'm going to cover up Daniel Craig because I don't think he's that good. 2 cards. 2 cards left. Ooh, is this a gold? I hope this is a gold. Inductions. So it must be like a legend. It must be a legend. Forrest Griffin inductions. He got inducted in July 6th. That is his autograph. Kind of an odd autograph. 25 out of 49. Okay. So a lower print there. Kind of nice card. Not my favorite, but, I mean, and then look, there's just some damage here. A little bit of a bummer, man. I don't know why these get damaged like that. Even a little bit of a scuff there. That's a bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. So a little on-card auto of one of the greats. I'm going to put them like that. All right, last card. Don't know if we're going to get anything too big in this one, guys. Typically, the last card, I believe, is not the big hit. But who do we got here? Colby Covington. Colby Covington. I know somebody that'll like that, but that's an on-card patch auto. 17 out of 99. Colby Covington. So, yeah, I mean, overall, it's pricey. You know, there's some really nice things that you can hit in these, but it is pricey. It's definitely one of those things where, you know, you got to have a little bit of money to play, that's for sure. You know, the lowest card, we got a green here, Jessica Andrade, 5 out of 5 bookend, so that's nice. Hopefully she remains a contender. You got Daniel Cormier, that's an auto on card. Same thing with Forrest Griffin on card. 2 patches here that are rookies. Sean Brady, hopefully he'll make his return. I don't have a lot of confidence in Paul Craig. And then we finish it off with a patch auto of Colby Covington. So overall, I really like Immaculate. I'm not done playing with it. I got 4 extra boxes for Whatnot. So I'm hoping that we rip and hit some big stuff in there. Thanks for joining me with ripping this product. Have a good time with the fights. Hope everyone enjoys them, and I'll see you next week.